Okay, Steve, are you ready to go?
Ready to rock and roll.
Right, let's get this show going. 2 seconds. Cameras are on.
Hello.
Right, we are, I believe we're recording now. Let me just double check. We are recording. I think we're good to fucking go. Steve, it's very exciting to have you here at the DHB Country Retreat.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's do this.
Let's get this motherfucking show on the motherfucking road.
Radio.
Come gather round, all ye bastards, and raise up a cup to this our stern.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome all to you all here at episode 199, direct from the DHB Country Retreat. Very exciting because this is the first time that we've managed to record a show with a guest in here at the Country Retreat. And this guest, of course, is going back to the originals, one of the long-standing good guys. It's Steevasaurus. Steve, how are you doing, pal?
Bet you thought it was Forbes.
Steve, it's good to see you, man. It's been a while.
It's been far too long.
You've been living very quiet, of course. Well, I say living quiet. You've been working hard. You've been, you know...
Well, yeah, I mean, I got a new job and it kind of required me not to be a filthy fucking, sexist pig.
Really?
It kind of required me to tone it down a little bit, which kind of made me a little boring.
Was that kind of part of the reason why we hadn't seen you for a while? Because you'd be a bit more kind of just secretive
bit,
and...
Yeah, I mean, I had to kind of tone it in, I don't know, rein it in a little bit maybe, and then it was like just so much work going on, and then I got made redundant, so here I am.
Right, well, I was going to touch upon this, of course. You have been, due to the oil industry, kind of had a bit of a slump there.
Yes.
You found yourself on the arse a little bit.
Well, that's it. They take the highest payers first, and they're like, right, you out the door, you're costing too much. You
Right.
know? So obviously being, slightly bigger in oil than Maynard.
Oh, no.
These things happen,
So, I mean, how much of a cause of concern do we have here? Because, I mean, you were making some good money, like you said, bigger in oil than Maynard was.
Serious cash. It was good.
Some serious cash there. For doing, no offence, but for doing next to fuck
a lot
all.
of Facebooking.
A lot of Facebooking. A lot of searching political posts,
I mean, it's not like me to put a political post up,
No, not like it.
Heaven forbid.
Yes.
I'm guessing maybe about 90% of listeners will block me for that shit now anyway.
You think so?
There
could be a fair swathe. But no, I mean, of course, you found your way into that job. You left the job, was it last year, into this new job? How long have you been there for? About a year?
About 10 months.
10 months, sorry,
yeah.
And you left quite a secure job to risk for this new place.
Yes.
And now it's gone pear-shaped.
It's gone tits up,
That's
yes.
fucking horrible, man.
It's a bit of a ball ache.
So, I mean, how much, a bit of a ball ache, how much, see, I could have leapt on that and made the obvious dig about the one nut thing, but I didn't do it, Steve, because I'm a changed man, like yourself.
So let's not mention the one bollock then.
No, exactly. We'll keep that off the topic right now. No mention of your one bollock.
Nobody needs to know.
No one needs to know about that one testicle thing
we'll keep
at all.
it between you and I.
When you walk unevenly in the street. No one needs to know about this going to carry on. We'll keep it between you and I. Is that... So, of course, I mean, again, you're not on your arse by any means, but you're out of a job now, you're looking... But the good thing with you is I think, well, certainly from what I believe of what I've heard, is you have quite a strong CV.
I'm quite resourceful.
So it shouldn't be too hard to find work elsewhere or...
Yeah. I mean, I can always pimp my arse out to homosexuals with money at some point.
You would make a fortune.
I would. I've got a lovely arse.
Well, you've got a sweet ass on you.
A lovely pert.
Not as good as our good friend Charles Wilson. Sweet, lovely black ass is good.
I would maybe need to shave.
Okay, right.
My arse, obviously.
Oh yes, I've seen the crack. It's a mid in the hair.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's been described sometimes as like trying to get peanut butter out of a shag pile.
Oh right. Okay.
After a good visit for a number 2.
But I mean, you mentioned there, of course, that your job there for a while had you having to act a bit more civil, to be a bit more kind of withheld, and not quite as publicly, as bad as we have been in the past.
pedo jokes were off the cards.
Right.
You know, it's like that kind of thing didn't go down too well with the boss. You know, and sexism, having a female boss, didn't really work, you know.
I think, you know,
what would she know?
And I can appreciate that because I think we've all had to be a bit more careful these days, especially with especially with the explosion of social media as well, you know, and especially with us all now having jobs that are a bit more, well, I mean, even myself, I mean, back when I started the show, I was a bouncer, you know.
You were
and
your own boss, technically, weren't you?
I was my own boss, really, and no
Yeah.
one really cared what I said online or on the internet or podcasts or Facebook. But now my job has gone to a point where I've had successive promotions in the space of a couple of years.
It's a game.
To a point where I'm in quite a fucking good job now, which is helping us, pay for the country retreat here as well.
Absolutely, it is.
And I've had to be a bit cautious too about some things that I post online, or I can never mention my company in case they should trace back to what I do here.
I've never once put what company I work for in the last, I think, 4 years. I don't think I've ever had anything other than DHB Radio as my employer on Facebook.
Exactly. Well, I think
playing
I'm the
it
same.
safe, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can find out who I work for if you weren't stupid. It's not the hardest thing to do to find out. The only fucking paper mill probably in Scotland now, I'd imagine. But yeah, I mean, I think this has been a problem we've had as a show, certainly in the last year and a bit. I think.
Yeah.
Not so much a decline in shows or decline. It's more of a decline in guests being available for the show.
Yeah.
That's one of the big problems. Like you said there, you've had to kind of step back a little bit in the past,
yeah.
rein in a bit as well. I know Maynard's been kind of cut back a bit with his travels and with his work as well.
Yeah,
Coops we never see because, she's loved up now and everything else. And I'll get to her, by the way.
Sell a ginger.
Oh, yes, she
Wise
has,
up.
aye. Oh, I'll speak with that shortly. We have had folk kind of of course, we've lost folk, someone dear to the show, Forbes, he's away, of course.
Light a couple of candles then.
A couple of candles, Pink as well. I mean, everyone's, again, we've lost folk, we've folk had to step back, so it has been a bit of a struggle. And that was a point I wanted to raise as well about this show, is there has been some concerns from folks saying, there has been a bit of an inconsistent release schedule the last while.
Well, it's not up to you, so so shut your faces.
Well, it's but
we have
this is
real lives too,
This is not the forbearance of a closure by any means of the show. It's not.
No.
The worst case scenario is there might be a bit of downtime.
Yeah.
I want the show to keep going, strong as it is. It's a great show. We've got some fucking awesome people who follow us, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Some great guests. Yourself and Lurch and Maynard and all these guys who are available to come along when they can. Brilliant. But me personally, it's not that I don't want to do the show because I fucking love doing this. But I've suffered a slight lack of motivation this last while.
Oh, really?
I think it's maybe a kind of show funk, if you will, in some respects.
Yeah.
I think it's because, like you said, it's harder to get yourself available. It's harder to get... losing Pink was quite a blow as well for me personally. Not for the show, but for me personally.
It was kind of a constant year of things not going... No, I wouldn't say going wrong, but not going as well as they could have.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think that's probably Brown beating you a bit as well.
A little bit, yeah, because like I said there, Pink obviously left, and that was a kick, well, not a kick in the balls, but it was.
But it was a kick in the balls.
On
Pink,
a friendship level, it obviously can't help but hurt you,
Hurt you deep.
Sparky we lost, because of things that happened as well, that he kind of stepped back from things. Exactly.
We love him, really.
Then the fear plays in your mind, thinking, is the show responsible?
Who's next?
Who's next for the cull?
It's like what's the film again? Fucking Final Destination, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Your time's coming.
You're all getting picked off.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Coops, of course, we see her less now because, loved up.
There's less over.
There's less over.
Yeah.
And dramatically so as well.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There must be folds of skin just flapping about there.
There's a skip behind a fucking clinic somewhere. It's just reamed with folds of flesh that have cut off her. Holy
I wondered if she's maybe just like tying it in a knot at the back.
You think so?
Yeah. I've only seen pictures of her front on, so I can only assume there's just like a big flap.
So you pull it all back behind you and tie a big ribbon around it.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're carrying a big backpack.
Like a skin ponytail, if you like.
Okay, right. Oh, God, there's nothing more horrible than that.
Well, it's something to hold on to, isn't it?
But like a tail.
Like a bucking bronco.
Good point.
You get a little bit at the front of the saddle to hold on to.
But you remember when you used to get space hoppers?
Oh, yeah.
You could use it as that.
Great idea.
Exactly.
She'd love that shit as well.
So,
She'd be smiling like the one with the rubbery faces. The ones with the big smile on them.
Oh, yes, you would.
She'd love that shit.
With a chin forward.
Yeah.
It's to reassure folk out there that the show's not going away at all. There has been a bit of soul searching and a bit of, because essentially the next show is 200.
What the fuck?
This is 199 we're at now.
Yeah.
200. And I thought for a while I did think, come 200, we might take like a few months off, just to
feet up,
recharge our batteries,
down.
get shit done, and try and rebuild the show again and stuff. But I don't think that's... even Lurch, I spoke to Lurch about this too, and he's of the same mind frame, a little bit burnt out by it a little bit, Because we've been trying to run 2 shows, do this and
Yeah.
Vampire Sausage, and it's hard to get,
Yeah.
and of course our own personal lives as well. And
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been stuck doing the podcast like every week because not everyone can make it. So I
Well,
guess it's
true,
kind of
yeah.
you're getting to a point where there's only so much you two can banter about,
yes,
and then it kind of gets to the stage where it's like, well,
exactly.
I'll get my coat.
It's work, I do feel bad because I've been leaning quite heavily on Lurch the last while.
Yeah.
What with having the studio at his house now as
I
well.
know.
And
I'm sure that was a deliberate ploy.
what, to lean on him?
Yeah, he did that deliberately so they could get us more airtime.
Probably.
I could tell.
On his part, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
He's at it.
He's fucking at it.
Mhm, that's it. In
but
fact,
yeah.
it was probably his plan all along to shun Pink.
Oh, really? So you're saying he sowed the seeds of discontent?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Notice how people have been going missing since he came along.
he is quite a dark soul.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
at it.
There's listeners that have gone missing. We've lost listeners.
Have we?
I mean, not numbers wise. Numbers wise, we've grown. But listeners who, how you have regular listeners who post in our Facebook
Yeah.
group, you see,
Yeah.
and then suddenly they're gone.
Yeah.
And
Well,
some
normally that's
of
because
them-
I block them.
And some, okay, yes.
There's a few of them I've been like, oh, why is that block?
Yeah, there's a couple that I've blocked too recently.
Yeah.
Is
You know who you are.
they post away and then suddenly they're gone, or they post saying, "Oh, finally visited the Tilly Butcher and got myself some lovely chili and tequila ribs,"
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, they don't post anymore.
Yeah, you're like buying sausages off a Lurch and you're getting like veins in them.
Well, my concern is, are you going in? He's then telling you to post these things to make him look good, and then you're ending up as sausages.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to imply.
Oh, sorry, Steve. I was
A vein in your
a
sausage.
vein in your sausage. Wouldn't it be like a big toodle?
But yes.
Right.
Would you expect anything less from Lurch?
No, not from Lurch. No.
He's hacking them up.
Absolutely,
He's like
he
the
is.
Dexter of the podcast world.
Oh God, no! I've seen his fucking children, but maybe he is.
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, I mean, if he was the Dexter of the podcast world, would that make his brother the hot sister?
God, no! God. Oh, come on now!
I mean, that's a lovely bit
I
of
could
titties
think
right there.
of nothing more worse than than Chuckles in a fucking miniskirt. No offense. I'm sure he's lovely in a tight
Lovely
fitting,
personality.
leopard skin print. But no, not for me.
He probably should have actually.
Mind you,
The
neither would
leopard
I.
skin.
I mean, if you put me in a skirt, I look like 10 pound of shit in a 5 pound bag.
Well, we've known that for years, Scott.
Oh well, fair play.
Yeah.
So
No offense.
I mean, like I said, lent a bit too hard on Lurch, I think, recently.
Yeah.
Like you said, because it was mainly he and I,
Yeah.
you do lose kind of what you can speak about and what to do, and we've got a point where it became just like, right, what can we, almost tempted to make shit up, but like,
Yeah.
I can't do that because that's deceiving folk, and
Yeah.
and then so we
I
thought,
mean,
you know what, we'll just maybe have a small break from things, but
On
I
a
don't
break.
know.
Like the Ross and Rachel of podcast world then.
Well-
we're on a break.
But the thing is, though, is even this room here that you're seeing on camera right now, folks, even this room here is going away
It is going away.
because this room is becoming the baby's room
Yeah, that's
for
right.
when baby Right
You're having
Squatch comes.
offspring. Jesus.
I know exactly.
Yeah, oof.
So,
I mean, have you got an exorcist booked?
well,
Because, no offence, but having like ginger jeans, there's a good chance that you might need
oh,
some
you mean
sort
with
of
the
holy
rubes being ginger?
some sort well, not just the rubes, obviously.
The rubes, her
Well-
parents, of course, being yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, when you take two batteries and you bash the two positives together,
Right.
the packet says that you shouldn't because it can cause damage. I
So-
kind of feel like two gingers.
So you're saying I shouldn't invite the mother-in-law to the
Bashing.
house?
I mean, not quite. I mean, well, what I'm
Right.
trying to say is you're ginger.
Oh, whoa!
she's ginger.
How fucking listen?
And although there's
you're
a
a
child
guest in my
problem-
home, Steve. Why would you come up with this nonsense?
Because I've got a ginger beard. Of course, I'm a good
sorry.
guest in your home.
I think if you look closely, you'll notice that it's a lovely shade of Dunedin sunset.
Yeah.
Almost like a how would I say?
Ginger.
There was a new saying that I had.
Ginger.
I've forgotten what it was now.
Ginger.
It's not ginger.
It is-
Okay.
it's ginger.
It's no. Do you know what it is? It's J-Lo, right? And I'll tell you why. I don't know if you've seen the new adverts with J-Lo advertising like a hair
J-Lo
dye.
or Jello?
J-Lo.
J-Lo, right, okay, just checking.
J-Lo, Jenny from the block.
Right.
There's new adverts, and it's for some kind of hair dye pish.
Is she not old as shit now?
But she's hot as shit.
Yeah, but that's
She's
not you.
I mean, she's damn near, what she damn near fucking 45, 49, 104? I've no idea.
I don't know.
She's getting on a bit.
Maybe
But she's still packing much junk in her trunk.
maybe she sucks all the life force out of Bruce Forsyth.
Oh,
And that's why he actually looks the way he does at the age of 27.
hold on. how have we got from J-Lo, international fucking Jenny from the Block, international pop star, a stroke ass icon, to Bruce Forsyth?
Well, think about it. She's like, you know,
good game. How do you make that jump in your brain?
She's like 147.
Okay.
He looks 147. Chances are he's younger than her. She's just stealing all the life out of him.
Oh, right.
Sucking it out of him.
So almost
she can
like
the life out of me, to be fair.
Hell, I mean, if I
clearly
were a
likes
single
a
man, you know.
She clearly likes a man with a good chin.
I mean, she's no the Perry, you know, but she's close. So, I mean, J-Lo from the Block has been on TV recently advertising this new hair product for the ladies.
What, for their top lip?
Yes.
Right.
Right. And she famously says she's not blonde. She's not brunette. She's brawned.
What?
Brawned,
The
Steve.
fuck is brawned?
Well,
That's not a word.
it's seemingly it is now.
No, it's not.
Well, according to L'Oreal or whatever fucking manufacturer these damn
you'd
shit
struggle to
things they
find it
make.
in a dictionary.
I think you'll find, sir, if you watch regular TV, you'll see an advert for fucking L'Oreal or Timothy or fucking Heinz or whatever it is saying brawned.
Sorry, I have to break the news to you, but I don't watch regular TV. You know, I'm still above that. I might be unemployed, but I have a little bit in the bank.
Right.
Okay. We watch fancy TV where you can fast forward through the adverts once you've recorded something.
Oh, see, by the way, fancy TV, I have to thank you for that as well, but I'll get that as well. Is that brawned is essentially, say you're a brunette, like my beard, right? And then you can like comb through these highlights of blonde, which make you a brawned.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
It means you got highlights.
Listen, if J-Lo from the Block is telling me on television, Steve, that I can be a brawned.
She can get fucked. She can't just make up words and expect everyone to follow along. That's not how it works.
But she's a fucking multi-million dollar owning American Idol.
Doesn't mean she can make up words.
I'm
Even
not
if Neil deGrasse Tyson could make up a word, and I'd be like, bullshit. You'd need to. You can't just make up words, dude.
Are you telling me Neil deGrasse Tyson, who could say to you, "Oh, here I found a flamange from deep space," you'd go, "I wise up. What's a flamange?"
I'd get my cape on in there, Captain Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Done. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Sorry, mate. No, not having that. Don't make words up.
Well, my argument is, Steve, is the beard is more of a brawned than it is, Celtic copper. I think brawned is the way to go forward.
Iron brew.
From now on, all press and advertising will include the word brawned.
Right.
But I think spelled BRAWNED, brawned. So it's not like a girly blonde, like stroke blonde thing.
You mean like brains
it's
and
more of a
brawn?
manly. Yes, it's more like a manly brawned.
Yeah, but
No?
it's ginger, so.
Well, okay, fuck's sake. So you haven't seen the J-Lo advert, and I'll tell you why. Because you've
Where
been
were we
using.
going with this?
I've got no idea. A
can't
tangent
remember.
is fucking gonna. But
I'm sure I was going to mention the fact I have a ginger beard.
well,
I was going to throw that in somewhere, but I can't remember why now.
Do you have a ginger beard?
Well, yeah, but I always shave because it's ginger.
But I think, Steve, could you just grow in a goatee?
No.
Well, since you're not working anymore, since you're a homeless guy, that would well, not homeless, but you're jobless.
Well, technically I am.
Well, yeah.
I do not own my own home.
Well, you're homeless and you're jobless.
Yes.
So really, what you need to do is grow out that ginger beard.
I should grow it in like Tony Stark.
Can we get a photograph of you sitting in the street with a cap upturned? Maybe a mangy dog.
What about
I'll give you Jack.
What about my captain's hat? You know,
Oh,
pilot's
okay,
hat.
right.
Like a penny for an ex-pilot.
Oh, genius. Okay. So, I was going to say to you as well, of course, you haven't seen the J-Lo advert because you do have, you have the future of media set
I
up.
do have the future.
Which you've now brought me into, and it's a glorious place.
Sucked you into this world.
Is it?
There's
You've
no
set
escaping
up,
now. It's a black hole of media
it
entertainment.
kind of is, isn't it? I mean,
There's no escaping it now.
you've set up this media server now.
There's 5 dimensions in there.
Oh, it's wonderful. Because, I was browsing it and I was like, I had a semi and everything. Because
It's awesome, isn't it?
there's no porn there, but there should be. Is that you've got this media server set up now through Plex.
Yes.
Quite. Who don't sponsor us, by the way. Fuck you,
No,
Plex.
fuck you, Plex. Yeah, I know,
If
I
you
have
want
to pay for
sponsors,
that
so
shit.
we'll keep on speaking.
Yeah.
But is that through Plex? Is that I can then through my TV, through my Xbox, navigate through your Plex server,
Yes, you can.
and whatever you've got on there, I can stream instantly to my TV.
To your TV.
I've been watching
Correct.
all the shit.
You can stream it to your phone. You can stream it to
I've
your
got it on my
tablet.
tablet.
You can stream it to your TV, your PlayStation, your fucking Amazon Fire Stick. You
Well,
can
this is sounding too much like an advert, right? So let's just
anywhere
stop
you
right
want to
there.
stream it to. It's pretty
Is
awesome.
that? And I've been watching the shit out of some of your TV shows.
Good?
In
Because that's what they're
particular,
there for.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
good, isn't it?
And I've been watching myself, of course, the last season of Walking Dead.
It's good. The
Oh.
last episode, honestly, the last episode is so good.
Oh, don't tell me what happens.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Oh, no, see, the worst thing is, because I just said that, I'm going to have listeners posting links on my page probably with spoilers.
Yeah.
Or emailing me. Or fucking Tattie Pan Pipes.
How far in
He'll
it
take
are you?
great pleasure. I'm about season 5, I think it is, which is, and then I'm episode, I want to say, wait, there was the break where Beth, things happened to Beth. I don't want to give it, for those of you who can't copy it. And then I'm about 3 past that.
Okay, so Rick's just starting to crack now.
He's getting a bit,
He's starting to crack.
badass.
Trust me, it gets way better.
Oh, does it?
That man ends up broken, but then
Oh!
you want to watch the shit out of that.
Oh, man. So I'm loving this. I'm loving this
Binge
whole
watch
thing.
it.
I don't think I've seen a proper advert for about fucking 3 months.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I love it.
It's
Between
beautiful.
that and between Netflix, of course, Daredevil on Netflix, which is awesome.
Daredevil's amazing.
All these shows that have been sucking me in.
The
No wonder
corridor
I'm
fight
fucking-
scene in episode 2 of Daredevil.
Oh my god, man! It's
That's
it's
just beautiful.
the country retreat here. I'm Steve. You've seen my back garden there,
I have, it's
which is
beautiful.
kind of overgrown and weeds on the pathway and else as well.
Well, I just thought it was the estate.
Well, no, I should
I was
be out there.
expecting deer. Yeah.
I should be out there plucking fucking weeds at the ground and cutting grass.
You can maybe get the help to
But
do
I'm
it.
too busy gluing my arse to the sofa watching fucking TV shows through the goddamn server.
Well, see, you should do what I do. I've started this. How sad is this, right? The best thing I've found from this Plex server is I can go to the gym, sit on the exercise bike in the morning, and sit there for a full 40 minutes watching an episode of Person of Interest was the one this morning.
Okay.
Watch a full episode and I get a good burn on, get a good sweat on. It's like, yes, done my exercise for today, and I've nailed an episode of that.
So you're able to stream media through the data network and
Yeah.
the whole. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah,
Don't tell me that.
I totally scored on my my renewal of my contract as well.
Right.
They gave me they doubled my data allowance to like 5 gig, and then they said, but we're going to give you an extra 3 gig on top if you take it today. So I've now got like 8 gig a month to burn, and I'm like,
Oh,
no problem. I can do that.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
So no, that's fucking ace. So yes,
fucking
I'm
brilliant.
loving the fuck out of the media because I have been a bit of a lazy ass recently. Although
You need it though.
you do a bit. To be
At our
fair.
age, you can't be active all the time, can you?
I'm getting worse, Steve. I'm getting worse. I'm getting old. You see, the
Well,
problem
this
is
is how it goes, you know.
old and
Aren't
slower.
we all?
Although
Aren't we all?
I did get off my arse the other day there, and go and vote.
Yes, me too.
How did you get on, Steve?
Well, I voted,
Right. Okay.
and I got the man I voted for.
Did
So-
you really?
Yes, I did.
So did I.
So, which was nice. Well,
Quite excited.
we would be in the same constituency because,
Are you Gordon as well?
by my registered address, yes.
Oh, of course, yes.
So,
Have you not changed that yet?
Well, I'm just registered with my mum and dad's. When I sold my place, I moved all my documentation to my mum and dad's, on the idea of moving to somewhere else
Right.
relatively soon. And I thought, well, mum and dad's is a good place to have everything.
Right.
Keep things simple, because obviously, if we're moving into Tracy's, we don't want mail going there
Yeah.
when we move out. Obviously, that's backfired because I'm unemployed, so I have no home at the moment. So we're just I'm just stayed at my mum and dad's as the registered address.
I think through us both saying that we got the man we wanted,
Yes.
people can pretty much guess how we
Yeah.
voted because holy shit, landslide.
Anywhere in Scotland, really, if people are going to guess exactly.
I love the fact that for sending the SNP MPs down to Westminster, we got to lay on like 2 buses, but for every other party, they'll probably fit in a fucking Fiat Punto.
Brilliant.
It's wonderful. I'm just
There's an interesting point was made the other day just after the election that there are now more nuclear submarines in Scotland than there are MPs that want them there,
really.
which would be a grand total of 3
3.
MPs.
Yeah, exactly. Holy shit. It's
Fucked up.
it's exciting times to see
Yeah.
Scotland get a more powerful voice.
A 20-year-old MP going down to Westminster as well. That blew my mind.
The thing that blows my mind though about this young girl, not only did she unseat Danny Alexander, I
Yeah,
believe.
he's quite a big.
He
He's
was
quite a big shot. Yeah.
quite a big shot exactly for in the Inverness area. But also, imagine for example, she stood for a seat down in Englandshire.
Yeah.
And had done what she had done that was reported in the press. She'd threatened to headbutt some unionist before, and I think she tweeted a couple of years ago about, I'm paraphrasing here, but I think it was a bit along the lines of like slagging off Old Firm fans and like, oh, these you green bastards and blah, blah, as well. If she'd done that, now up here, I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
fair play to you. So here's my vote. If you did that in Englandshire, you'd be fucking beheaded and dragged to the streets.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, how do you feel? How's the political landscape for you now? How do you feel regards to our Scottish voice now?
Fucking long haul, dude. This is just the beginning. You've still got David Cameron hit the reins with cuts, and we've got, Ian Duncan Smith's regime killing off all the elderly and disabled. So I can't see it being easy for the next couple of years. EU referendum's the big one next, isn't it?
Yep.
Are we going to be part of the EU? If Scotland decides to stay and England decides to go, is that us technically parting ways? I mean, I don't understand. I genuinely don't know what the legalities of this would be. From what I can gather, if the UK says no, we don't want to be in it, but the full entirety of Scotland says, well, yeah, we want to be in it, then Scotland then becomes a successor state of the United Kingdom and stays within the EU.
Okay.
As would Ireland or Wales if they voted to stay.
Ah.
From what I can gather anyway. This could be bullshit, but in my head it's like, well, that kind of makes sense. But then I don't know. I mean, I'm not like some sort of political hotshot.
No.
I only spout the shit I read on various news websites and copy and paste certain things.
Because you have taken a fair bit of flack from people.
Maybe sometimes I post things knowing damn well they're not true, but it'll get a reaction.
Well, I was going to say this because there's been a few times I've noticed that you've been not so much just doing it for seriousness, more for baiting the pond.
Well, there was one that I just won last week about. I deliberately did it, but I kind of said, "Oh yeah, my mistake," but it was total bullshit. I said something about the MPs claiming 200 grand in expenses, which is total shite. It's about 20 grand.
Right.
And I knew damn well, and I wrote it and let people bite, and they're like, "What, 200 grand? Something?" And I'm like, after a couple of mentions, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I meant 20." Sitting there with my fishing rod, reeling them in.
Yep. Well, Steve, I have to warn you.
Sorry,
we do have
Andy.
someone in the chat room saying, politics, what's happened to you? I know. See, this is the whole point. This is the newer...
I've always been into politics. I've just never really been vocal about it.
This is the older, more mature DHB. You see,
Yes,
we've all...
But you know what we're doing? This is exactly what happened to Eddie Murphy. Next we'll be doing kids' films.
Oh,
starring
shit.
me and me and me.
Oh, no.
With me.
I would love to see you as the Clumps.
The Clumps. Who are they?
Yes. Steve.
Sorry.
Have you not seen the Nutty Professor or Nutty
I've
Professor
not
2
actually seen them, no.
with the Clumps?
Well, right, I get it.
All
That's Eddie
played
Murphy's.
by-
Yeah, right, okay. Sorry. Didn't know that was the family name. Never seen the film.
Oh, Steve.
It's not funny though, is it?
It is funny.
It's not though.
Well, the film overall's shit.
I'll tell you
But
what's
the Clumps themselves
I'll tell you
are
what's
gold.
a funny film. White Chicks. I watched that last night. It's fucking ace.
Oh my god. You're sitting here on my show, which allegedly claims to be a comedy podcast.
Hey,
And you're telling me you're as bad as the
guest.
Rubes. The Rubes is fucking hooked in that film as well.
it's brilliant.
It loves it.
The best thing about it is Terry Crews' dancing.
Oh, Terry, I mean, okay, I'll give you this much. Is the scene with Terry Crews in the car, singing along with the making my way downtown, passing around. How the song goes.
Oh, it's brilliant, yeah.
He did that on Lip Sync Battle recently.
That wouldn't surprise me. The
From what
man
I
is
can
an
gather.
absolute legend.
He's brilliant.
We do love a bit of Terry Crews.
Where the fuck was it? Oh, Steve. Ustreamer says, Steve, unfollow. So as you've driven away more listeners, Steve.
Unfollow me or the show?
You, I think.
That's fine.
For
I don't
political rants and everything else as well.
Oh no, what will I do? I'll probably go back to living my life the way I normally do, not giving a fuck.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Speaking about music there, of course, with the Terry Crews song that you want about there, is that I went to see a band there the other night. Now,
an elastic band?
which for me is a
rubber
strange
band.
thing because, I'm normally a fucking hermit. You see, I don't like leaving the house much if I can. Oh, problem with my headset. Here we go. Oh, it's better now.
Testing. 1, 2.
Because my birthday, of course, was back in March.
That's right, yeah.
And
Old
the
as
Coops,
shit now.
Old as shit.
Yeah.
And the Coops had paid for tickets for myself, her man,
Yeah.
and the Rubes as part of my birthday to go and see the AC/DC tribute band Hell's Bells.
Oh, right.
Which, now, I didn't expect much, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you, and she might hear us back and pissed off at me, but I'm not really a going out person anymore.
Yeah.
And
I feel that.
it's maybe just because I'm getting old, Steve, but...
I've found in the last 3-4 years, my dislike of people has somewhat multiplied to just dislike. In fact, I instantly dislike new people.
Really?
And they've kind of got to prove themselves nowadays. I just can't be fucked with people. They're all stupid.
Oh,
I'm just done with the masses. I'm like, fuck off. Just fuck off. Fuck off. I don't know how else to say it. Just fuck off. Leave me alone.
it's kind of why I had to stop bouncing.
And I'm the worst one for it as well. It's like I repeatedly do things that would fuck me off.
Do you?
Yeah. So like I find this like the political posts as well. I'll post like 3 or 4 things in a row, and then I'm like, wanker. So I'll just like turn off Facebook for a couple of hours. I'm like, no, Ben, why did I do that? And then I'm like, I can't just go deleting them. Folk will be like, why are you doing that? You know, it's even worse. So
in case the Facebook police attack you.
Yeah.
Because God forbid, I mean, okay, I've been guilty of that myself, of slagging folk off, Forbes, for just meandering posts about fucking woe is me.
Illegal downloads.
Forbes. Is that, you know, I'm sorry, hands up, because I've been bad too for posting shite. We all have. But who am I to say what you can post? You see, or what someone's going to post, you know?
I made a post the other day asking what was worse. People complaining about the elections, or people complaining about the elections, or was it going to be worse if I complained about people complaining about the elections and people lost their shit?
Did they?
Oh, it's all awful. It's disgraceful. And the best answer to the lot was someone saying D, hepatitis A to Z. That's obviously worse. Nice. That wins.
I mean, it's like the golden kind of rules they give you about podcasting, and we've covered it here as well briefly. They always tell you, and even radio, podcasts, whatever else you do,
don't say fuck or bugger.
Is avoid certain topics. Don't speak about football, unless you're a football podcast, of course, by all means. But don't speak about football because it was like, fucking, your team is shit.
I cannot stand kickball. It's just pointless.
Really?
Kickball and footballists. What's the point?
Really?
What are you doing, really? They're a bunch of fannies. Every time we watch football, there's always some guy rolling about the ground, holding his shin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but they wear shin guards, right? So they'll be like lying on the ground, like, oh, my shin, and I'm like, you're wearing a shin guard, dude.
Right.
You know, there's nothing wrong with you. Get up.
There are players in the NFL who've been speared through their neck. Yeah. Who are like, walk it off. You know, keep on going.
Stretch it out, be fine.
I mean, I'm not slagging off the kickballers by any means. I briefly was a supporter. Well, I say supporter, you know. I'd follow it kind of offhand. I went to the occasional game in Aberdeen.
Used to go to Aberdeen games myself.
Yeah, but
wee pie at halftime. Good fun. It was all good fun. You know, a bit of singing, chanting.
Yes,
great fun.
Well, that was the appeal, you see. But then all the knobs started fucking going at the woodwork. Same as I mean, I was quite a big thing for a while for going to Scotland games, travelling abroad and down south, and I made a lot of friends. I mean, of course, we've heard, of course, Bridie Bobby in the show before. First met him at Scotland games. You know, that's you know, this is because it was for me. You got to see a little bit of football with all your pals. You'd have a few beers. You'd get drunk. You know. You'd have a party, you'd get drunk, you'd roll about in your own shit for a while, then go home and sleep in a fucking doorway. Why not? You know, which is great. With your kilt over your head and your balls stuck to the fucking place, and you know. So it was great. But then, like all sports, you know, we were going along to these games when Scotland were losing all the time. Yeah. So no one was going really. You know, there was maybe 20,000 folk there for a 90,000 plus capacity fucking venue, and it was good fun. But like, Scotland, you know, nobody here. But then we started playing well for a while. And then all the fucking scroats come out the woodwork.
Oh yeah, the glory hunters.
And but you'd go along and there would just be bellends hanging around behind you and passing out in chairs and abusing the opposing fans. And you know what? You've spoiled it now. You've spoiled it. It was a good night out with some pals.
Not angry, just disappointed.
Exactly. Yeah. And I gave up on that shit. Yeah. You see, just done with it now. You know, done with it.
Much better sports out there, like Minecraft.
Exactly. But I mean, again, we're covering ground we shouldn't be covering.
No
because
football,
they tell you
politics.
Don't speak about politics. Yeah. Don't speak about football, and and for the love of fucking Jeebus, don't speak about religion.
Oh yeah, well look at these Rangers cunts. They're unionists, aren't they? Oh, and they're all about the Queen and fucking God and all that. Pish.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
Fucking
bloody. You know what? I don't know what's worse: Rangers fans for all their unionist pish, or Celtic fans because nothing's ever their fault. You ever met a Celtic fan who can take responsibility for their shit?
Wow.
I haven't. They're all like, there's excuses. Fuck off. Take your green and white stripes and stick them up your fucking hole.
Wow.
There we go. Done.
Okay. I mean,
is anyone bitten in the chat room yet?
Not yet, no. We'll give it time though. We're baiting, Steve. For example, religion there as well. I mean, we've in previous shows recently been ripping into these fucking stupid Americans, right?
Just cannot be doing with religion.
I mean, some Americans are fine. For example,
Charles Wilson, he's all right.
Yes. For example, I was recently a guest on the Ned Files podcast.
Oh.
Now I forget the episode numbers, but if you go to if you look for the Ned Files on Facebook, you'll see that the posts of the shows, like we do on our page.
Can I just make a confession here?
What's that?
Rarely listen to our own podcast. There's very little chance we're going to listen to it.
I'm not saying you.
No offense.
I'm not saying
I'm
you
sure you did a
because
good job.
you listen to no podcast from what I can gather, so you're okay.
You know what? I used to all the time, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know, Arrow and The Flash seem to consume my life.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can forgive you, Steve. I can forgive you. But I'm saying for listeners out there who want maybe a bit more, or to hear me a different vein, as a guest on their show, is go check out the Ned Files podcast. Again,
But just that one episode.
Just that, well, 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
Recorded a big long one, and it was split into 2 parts.
Oofed.
I know.
Part A and B.
And quite frankly, Steve, I gave them it in the fucking neck.
Yes.
Because Americans, you see.
America.
I mean, not them directly. I'm sure they're lovely.
Should have been.
But I gave it to them in the neck.
If they're your point of contact, I mean, they're representing that side of the Pacific,
Exactly.
You should have just been given it right in the throat.
Because
James Bond judo chop style.
We've covered how the fucking Christian stronghold over there is protesting against the gays, and there's pizza shops that won't serve pizza to gays.
I really don't get that.
I don't get it at all. It nips my shit.
I really, something that, like, it confuses me that people see. I know this might sound all fucking holier than thou, but see people as colours and sexualities and that. It's just fucking people. That's it. Just if you think, it boils down to it. People just want to get on with their own shit. That's all they want to do. No one's ultimately out there to force their opinions on other people, apart from Christians.
Well, exactly.
And it's like, we all just want to get along. We want to just go to work, earn our money, go home, crack open a beer, and fucking chill out at the end of the day. No one else wants to fucking. Gays aren't out there going like, let's go bum some straight guys and see if we can turn them.
Exactly.
Let's go try and convert some straight guys to taking it in the pipe.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
They love that. There's gay men I know who love to try and turn gay straight men.
Yeah,
that's a game for them.
But they don't sit there.
Not all of them, of course.
They're not sitting. That's not their master plan, is it? That would kind of backfire eventually. Because obviously they'd be like, lots of men having sex with men and then no kids. So no one would have any children and the entire race would be wiped out.
Well, actually, funny you mention this, Steve, but this again is one of my points of contention with Americans, is that there's an American lawyer. Now, a lawyer who means he's a learned man. He's been to law school. He knows his shit.
What are you waiting to tell me here? I feel like I'm going to have to sigh with disappointment.
He spent, I'm going to say, a good 5 to 10 years just learning his craft.
Right.
He's not, I'm sure, not a stupid man, Well. But he is a lawyer who tried to defend Utah's ban on same-sex marriages last year, right? That's kind of man he is. And that gives you a hint of what kind of man he is.
What fucking difference does it make?
But wait till you hear this, though, Steve, right? His latest fucking theory. That's a lawyer. Again, his name is Gene Scheer. And Gene, he thinks that gay weddings would be to blame for 900,000 extra abortions.
How? How does that even work?
Well, let me give you his theory, Steve, right? Is that he thinks that the reduction, because if gay people are allowed to marry, you see, he thinks then there's going to be a massive reduction then in opposite sex marriages. Because clearly, if a gay man can't marry a gay man, then naturally, Steve, they're going to marry a straight girl, aren't they?
Obviously, he doesn't want his family to find out.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
that's it, because obviously all the Indians are moving there with this family heritage thing.
There you go.
I don't mean like red Indians. I'm speaking like
right.
Indians, the one that serve you a nice curry.
Okay, right, okay.
Oh wait, hold on, that's racist. Isn't
it? A little bit.
It's all right. So they can come here and get haggis.
He thinks that the reduction in opposite sex marriages, related entirely to the gays getting married,
obviously,
would mean an increase in the percentage of women who are unmarried, and then, according to all available data, have much higher abortion rates than married women. So he reckons fewer married women meant abortion rates would skyrocket.
Is it too late to abort him?
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because I'll hands up the job.
Let's just get a hot needle. Sort him right out.
So, he reckons, I don't get this. So, because gay men aren't now marrying straight women because, they can choose to marry other gay men.
Surely that would mean there'd be an increase in married couples willing to adopt because they're married. I mean, surely marriage is a bigger factor in when they decide who gets to adopt and who doesn't, right? So if you're married, I'd imagine that would give you some credit towards bringing up a child, right?
I'd imagine so.
Surely more gay couples who are now married would have a better chance of adopting.
You would
other
think
than
so.
Women, and I don't understand. I don't get it. It's
I don't
why don't
get
you
it.
ban abortions then instead?
It just...
Yeah.
Oh, they've tried that probably as well.
Yeah, that's it. Then they need the abortions. They'll probably try next is to try and work out if there's a gay gene.
I just don't get
Test
how...
the baby for gay. We'll maybe have to abort.
I don't get how the homosexuals getting married is leading to nearly 1 million more abortions.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, again...
It's like UKIP with the weather in it. The gays getting married were responsible for the bad weather.
I know.
What the fuck was that all about?
There's
heavy winds in Dorset after man watches fucking changing rooms.
Speaking about UKIP, and again, it's going back to politics. Sorry, folks, but did you hear about the UKIP candidate who was caught down south? He was running for a seat in Englandshire,
right?
And he was running against, I believe, an Indian man,
right?
And I think had been caught on camera saying that if he were to get elected and ever make it a prime minister, he would shoot him between the eyes because, he was an Indian man and because his family have only been here since 1970. So, they're not really British.
Who the fuck do they think they are?
Who the fuck do they think they are,
Let's think about this realistically.
Okay.
I mean, how long has white man been in America?
400 years?
If that. Shoot the fucking lot of them. They don't belong there. Shoot the fucking lot. In fact, all the black men as well, because they were imports too.
Okay.
They can get to fuck.
So essentially, we go to America and kill all the whites and blacks.
Yeah, and leave it to, and the Hispanics. They shouldn't really be there either. It should just be left to the proper
to the Native Americans,
indigenous people of America, the Native Americans. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The handful that's the 6 of them or whatever it is that's left.
But then who then goes and gambles in the casinos? There's no one left to gamble.
Well, no, they love a gamble though, don't they?
Oh no, they love owning the gambling facilities. Seemingly.
Oh, do they?
All the big casinos are a large portion of casinos over there are owned allegedly by Native Americans.
Not that really
That's
matters.
a stereotype, Steve.
See,
I've given you a lesson right now in stereotypes.
Given how small the
and
world
black
is,
men like watermelons.
do they?
Yes, and
What's that all about?
And white men like comfortable slacks.
Right, chinos probably.
Probably yes.
I had to buy a pair of them.
Did you?
I'm pretty heartbroken.
Why did you buy chinos?
I had to buy a pair that were like 4 inches too big for me on the waist as well.
How come?
Well, I'm going on holiday, right? I've got
Right.
a holiday at the Caribbean booked, which is nice. Got that coming up. Unemployment, holiday at the Caribbean, living the dream.
Lovely.
Right? But it's all inclusive, so it's all paid for. So I'm not overly fussed.
Uh-huh.
But we have the rules on going to certain restaurants in the evening that require you to wear smart trousers, casual, and I'm like, well, what the fuck do I wear?
Right.
Because I can't wear jeans, and all the trousers I've got are like school trousers. I'm not wearing them on holiday. I look like a dick.
Okay.
So bit the bullet and bought a pair of chinos, except
Oh,
with my
shit.
waist size, which by the way, down to 30-inch waist. Thank you very much.
Oh, well done, sir. Well done.
Tried them on and I was like, oh, thighs are maybe a suppy too big.
Ah.
Couldn't get them on.
Oh, right.
Oh, bollocks. We'll get a 32. It's fine.
Okay.
Send them back. Get the 32s. Thighs are still too big.
Lovely.
Fuck's sake. So I'm now in a 34-inch waist pair of fucking chinos that just fit no more.
Fuck's
I've got to wear a belt on them as well, so they're all crinkled up.
That is the curse of when you're, especially when you're squatting heavy.
They're clearly designed for little spastic men.
Oh yes, I mean back in my lifting days when I had like tank legs and a smaller waistline, and it was hard to get fucking anything at all.
Unreal, isn't it?
You were forced to wear baggies wherever you went, pretty much to cover yourself.
That's how I'm rolling just now. Back
Is
in
it?
at the gym, fucking hitting it hard, but it's like it's hard work because like trying to get anything to fit. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Although I must admit, Tracy's liking the old arms being a bit pumped.
Is she?
So, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
She's liking it.
Are you getting a bit more?
Sometimes I just look at her and I'll flex.
something.
I'll just flex and then look down at my arm and she'll be like, ooh.
Oh.
She gives that little ooh. Where you think maybe tonight.
She gets a wee tickle on her pickle.
Yeah, I'm not saying she does.
Oh.
We've got 3 cats watching us our every move.
Oh,
It's
good
quite
point,
difficult
yes.
to get. It's quite difficult to get hands on.
It can be a bit discombobulating having animals staring at you.
Just a pair of eyes in the room. You're like, fuck.
Or it's worse when,
Bastards.
again, giving nothing away because, of course, me and the Rubes are virgins.
Obviously,
I imagine if your bare arse was to the wind and suddenly a cold nose would just jam in your arse.
Yeah.
That, and
I can't say I've been down that road.
Okay, well.
Thankfully.
a cold dog nose, allegedly. Yeah, not so much fun, to be fair. Yeah. So, Steve, yes, I was saying, Hell's Bells.
That's right, yeah.
Went to see this AC/DC.
We forgot we were going with the ginger beard thing.
I've got no idea.
We're just going back to Hell's Bells then.
Hell's Bells.
That's right. So you went to see Hell's Bells.
I'm going with the Billy Connolly theory of comedy here on chat.
Right.
Is that you carry on until you remember where you were before, and then you jump back that way, you see.
Right.
I've got no idea what ginger beards we're heading towards.
Brilliant. You know, there's a
Brawned.
good chance towards the end of this show we're going to remember a joke from like Studio One.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
So, Hell's Bells, again, I'm not a big going out person. That's where we were before, of course. Not
That's
big.
right, yeah.
We've become kind of
You're not
old
big on
hermits.
coming out?
Yes. No, kind of. Is that...
Wait, what?
We've got to an age where... And this, of course, goes back to the show as well, that we've kind of calmed down a bit, you know. If you've been a listener since the episode 1, 4 years ago, then you've seen the kind of evolution from being wise up, drinking, parties, wrecking place, to now being more kind of wise up, kids these days, and anti-poofters, and everything else as well, and Charles wasn't sweet black ass, and Goody and Tattie Pan Pipes. It's all changed now from way back then, you see. We've become a little bit like boring old men. We've become the men that we used to go out in town for, Steve, and point and go, ha ha ha, you shouldn't be in here, Dad. You know?
Do you remember the night out we had and you know what, I don't even care, in a club called Espionage?
Right.
And we caught the old geezer sitting on a stool, and you could hear what he was saying to himself in his mind purely based on his facial expressions.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm sure, but if you were in earshot of him, all you could hear was it was pretty gross.
Oh,
his little contorted face looking at women. And,
because, of course, like you said,
his face was squirming all over the place.
The girls going past. And again, if you're a woman and having suffered this kind of shit, I feel bad for you.
I don't. Fuck you. I'm going to get back to being a prick. I miss being a dick.
Yeah. Let's be arseholes. Where's the shows on arseholes? So yeah, women.
If you're a woman putting up with this kind of stuff, you're clearly dressing like a slag. Put something on.
Right, okay, so... But he was just sitting with a proper pair of kind of...
He was. I've never been so concerned about another human in my life.
He was proper like Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, so where I was going with that is, that's us now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're absolutely those old men. I mean...
Well, I don't know. I think we're more likely to go in the direction of, she must be freezing.
But, well, I was
she's going to catch a cold.
we're not the pair of old men. What we are is the men who are like, wise up, I'm too old to be here. I could be everyone's dad. Goodine.
Could be her daddy.
I'm thinking, no, I'm not thinking that. No. I'm thinking... But I was out, was it beginning of the year? I think it might have been. Beginning of the year might have been.
Yeah.
I was out with a guy from work, Steev, I remember before as well, Houston.
Yes.
And we'd gone out for a couple of beers, and I think we're standing in a bar, I won't name it. And,
okay.
And it was just full of young'uns, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fine, that's their venue, you know. And we went there, I don't know why I went there, because I think Steve wanted to speak to one of the bar staff, you know. Okay, we'll go there. And I stood there with my beer, and I just was like, I'm the oldest man, apart from Steve, in this venue, on earth.
Yeah.
You know, I used to come to this bar quite regularly in my younger days and drink there. Now I'm like, I'm the most out of place man in the fucking building.
I was out in the bike just last week, and I just, for whatever reason, later on in the evening, I thought, I'm just going to go a little circle around town, have a look, see what's going on, see how busy the town is. Because I remember a time when Aberdeen was like, you couldn't get moved for people on the main street, and it was mobbed, and there was like bodies everywhere, and everyone was having a fucking brilliant time. And now it's like you get about 13 people in that mile stretch of the main road.
It used to be on a Monday night and a Tuesday night, the town would be fucking rampant with folk. Now you're lucky, like you said, to get maybe 10 folk out of the tops, and that's it.
Yeah, on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, I went around the bike, and I just seem I can't help but thinking that the manly image has been lost.
Oh, how come?
Even though like films like The Expendables have come out and all the old school muscle men are back in the scene, you know, like Schwarzenegger and that, you still just, there's lots of puny little guys deliberately trying to look skinny, and they just, I'm lost. I'm like, I don't understand it. When I was growing up, He-Man was like your idol. You're like, yeah, I want to have fucking guns. I want to be massive.
Oh, but see, they do though. If you look at the Geordie Shore bastards, you know, and that kind of following they have as well.
Though, aren't they? They've all got puny little legs.
So are the kids these days. So there's guys from my work who are young lads in their early 20s, and they're proper V-neck t-shirts and the
V-neck down
apricot,
to their belly button.
the hazelnut whip fucking hairdo, you know, the shaved the sides but the quiff at the top.
Oh, that's just half a haircut,
which
innit?
looks fucking
It's
ridiculous.
like, get it finished.
And they, I mean, they're totally like, you know, just pumping themselves full of steroids to get big up top.
Brilliant.
But they've still got chicken legs because they never squatting. You know, it's only upper body only to to look good in the t-shirt.
Ridiculous.
And it's just
Here's the thing. I seen a picture on the internet last week of who's the guy that plays Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Picture of him the other week, and he was wearing shorts in the gym, and he's like all pumped up top. And then I looked at his legs, and I was like, there's a couple of bits of string hanging from his shorts.
Oh,
What's
really?
that all about? Yeah. And I don't know if it's been photoshopped or not. Caused like a lot of concern in my life. I was like, I don't get it. He was almost like a dude, like a man's man, hairy as well. You know, it kind of makes you think, yes, man.
So when you're lying in bed, jacket over your chest, you're like,
Hugh. Oh, Hugh. And now I'm like, no, not with those pissy little legs. Maybe shoot a nice,
Although, have
maybe
you
shoot a
seen
nice
the
heel.
fucking build on, is it Chris Pine? Not Chris Pine or Chris
Pratt.
No, not Chris Pratt. Captain America.
All right, yeah, he's Chris Evans.
Holy shit balls. I want
He's
his
on the
fucking
fucking gear.
personal trainer. Have you seen the fucking...
He's on the horse
He's on
fucking...
the horse drugs,
drugs,
exactly.
yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Boy's
That's
tanked.
ridiculous. So, where were we?
New Avengers.
Hell's Bells.
We should be on that. Let's talk about the New Avengers once you've told us about your Hell's Bells.
Okay. So Hell's Bells, we've gone to this, and like I said, I'm not a big going out person, but I thought we'll give it a try, you know, and see what we get on, because this was like the precursor to me going to see AC/DC very shortly.
All right.
Which is fucking exciting.
Oh, that must be a bit of a letdown for Coop. She must be like, oh, I kind of got... It's like, you know, when you get like a fake, I don't know, designer
Rolex
jumper from... Yeah, like a fake Rolex from a relative. Right. And then you get like your mum and dad actually get you the Rolex, you know. Your relative must just be like... Poor Coops must be like, well, fuck.
I think Coop's thinking was that, you know, since she couldn't make it to
good
AC/DC,
excuse to get smashed.
Let's go out and drink and listen to a kind of a tribute band.
Similar sound, yeah.
And I didn't expect much of it, to be honest with you. I went there fully thinking, no, this is going to be kind of mediocre and it'll sound terrible, and they won't sound
like
anything
an acoustic
like
set or something.
They were surprisingly fucking good.
Good.
Very, very close to the original thing, and they played the songs that you know the songs, the classic songs, not the newer shit.
Yeah.
You know, you want that classic shit, you know. And
the kind of stuff that makes you get down into such a deep lunge, your ball sack scrapes the floor.
Pretty much, yes.
And then you sort of head rock into it.
Exactly. But Steve, I maybe got horribly drunk.
No.
I've not been horribly drunk for a long while now. It's the first time I've been horribly drunk in probably a good few months. Now, but luckily the Rubes was the designated driver because pregnant.
Super. Oh, so
you see, she can't drink.
Well, not much.
Well, not much.
A bottle or two.
A
wine.
Vodka. Exactly. Yeah. Is that, so she had the job then of escorting myself, Coops, and Coops' man back home.
I can't think of anything worse.
Well, exactly.
I mean, like maybe you and yourself, or, like Coops' man. Yeah.
See, exactly. This is the point I'm making is that,
See, the Coops, as we've said already, she's lost a damn amount of weight.
Oh, yeah.
And that means her body doesn't have the same capacity for alcohol.
Exactly.
Which it never really had in the first place.
True.
Which really concerns me.
But see, don't worry. There is a secret weapon when it comes to Coops, though.
Did you just knock it out?
No, give her chips.
Boof. Oh, right,
see,
okay.
McDonald's.
Chips.
That keeps her
Surely
calm.
That's a massive sin in her life now.
Oh, it is. But you're like a little blowout now and again, you see.
Tell me about it. I had a massive blowout this weekend.
Have you really?
Burgers, fucking chips, you name it. I had a beef dinner with fucking Yorkshire puddings for my tea tonight. It was fucking ace. And I got a bit of pizza off my mate Billy when I went around to see his bike before I came here. It was ace. I've had such a good weekend of gorging on shite.
I saw Billy's bike on... Did I see it now on the Facebook group?
Super motard.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. But, I mean... Well, again, I've been trying to eat healthier as well. Because I had a wee blood pressure a bit too high. So, your
porridge in the morning brings your cholesterol down.
Yeah, I've cut out the sugar and I've cut out salt and I've...
sweeteners nowadays.
Oh, yeah, sweeteners.
I'm on the Candrail.
Oh, yeah, so
absolutely. Turkey steaks for lunch.
Sucks.
That's me. Broccoli galore.
But
green beans.
But I got horribly drunk, Steve.
No.
Horribly drunk.
Did you piss yourself?
No.
You can't have been that drunk.
But I did get home, though, and vomited all over the bathroom.
Nice.
And, because I did have a Burger King. McDonald's, sorry. I had McDonald's, which came right back up again.
Other chains are available.
So I maybe had a McDonald's burger for about 20 minutes.
Nice.
And it was gone again.
Well, that's kind of... It's like...
I got the taste.
Accidental bulimia, really, innit?
Yeah. Went to the bed, fell out the bed.
Oh.
Smashed into the floor, nearly put my foot through the wardrobe.
Oofed.
Oh, yeah, blazing drunk. But I don't. But you know what I blame though for this? It's not so much me being drunk. Is that the Rubes, of course, being the pregnant lady she is. We have bought her a maternity pillow.
Okay.
Have you seen these things?
No.
They're like a big U shape.
Right.
You see, and you lie with your head in the bottom of the U. You know, so
right.
a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got support your front and your back.
Yeah. Perfect.
Which you can then put your bump over and your leg over and stuff like that. You know, and she's fallen in love with this thing.
Awesome.
And it's great.
It actually just sounds like it'd be comfy as fuck, regardless.
It really is. It really is. I'm buying one too. It's but the problem is though, it's about fucking 8 foot wide. So on a king size bed, I'm getting about a foot width to sleep on.
Oh, brilliant.
So hence, drunk Scott falls at the bed, nearly unconscious, foot to the wardrobe, everything else bad.
Pregnant women are really inconsiderate, aren't they?
Oh, it's the worst
They're
thing.
all about themselves. Oh, but I'm pregnant. Oh, I can't drink. I can't have a night out. Oh, and they're so boring.
Is it not even here
all they go
yet?
on about is babies.
Oh, and there's scans, and then you have to go for
yeah.
breathing sessions. You've got to learn to breathe.
I think we're all pretty capable of breathing, or we wouldn't be here.
I mean, I'm firm of the belief that when she goes in to drop the baby riot squad,
Just drop her off.
Drop her off and say, look, give her as much drugs as you can.
Give us a shout and you're done.
5 out euros, just deaden from the neck down and just take it out and give me a shout when you're done with that cut. You see that nonsense. I don't want to go in there and see the birth because I mean it is like the old saying
even
when
just
seeing
the
your
word
favourite pub
placenta.
burn down. Oh.
You know, the word placenta. You don't want to see that.
Oh.
You can tell by the way you pronounce it.
Placenta.
Placenta. You just know that's going to be some sloppy shit right there.
Idiot, hairy, fucking lesbianic bastards.
Tree-hugging fucks.
Take it home and cook and eat it.
I know. Mind you, it's maybe got high in protein.
I've no
like
idea.
an egg white. I'd imagine it would be anyway.
No. But Steve has no kind
idea.
of... No, I mean... Again, the flaps, lovely girl, love her to bits.
Yeah.
There's been no, development yet at all with you guys. Maybe thoughts of maybe wee tiny feet. Hers, of course, we're on the coast of floors.
Yeah, running away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I have no job and no home. So, it's not in the immediate future.
You're not exactly Marion Prospect right now, are you?
No, I'm bottom rung.
Oh.
I think she's kind of stuck me now. She's like, well, I've invested enough time so far. We'll give him a chance to redeem himself.
Right.
I reckon if I haven't got work within about 3 or 4 months, I'm out my ass.
Oh,
she'll be
shit.
like, you know what? I didn't sign up for this.
Bye-bye, sponging fuck.
Yeah, beat it. Beat it. We get a job in a charity shop.
Steve, I know that you haven't heard many of our more recent shows. In fact, probably none whatsoever. Because exactly. But we did have recently a kind of guest on Tattie Snuffles.
Right.
Now, we've mentioned before to you about who the Snuffle Brothers are. The two guys from up north at Pink New, Sandy and Tattie Snuffles.
No idea.
Oh,
Are they in the gaming chat?
Yes.
I still don't know them.
Tattie and Sandy Snuffles, okay.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen their chat in the gaming chat.
Well,
you've
you've maybe missed the part. I see that Tattie's got a wee problem with his back end.
Oh.
And I mean, us being supportive guys,
obviously,
maybe mention so on the show, and the fact that he's got two arseholes.
Now, is he?
Well, it's like, you get that kind of disease where your arse rots out and you get another hole.
Oh, is that not because of like ingrown hairs and shit?
I have no idea, but he's got multiple arseholes.
Did you not explain it?
He did, but I forgot because I
okay.
care not a jot about people in my life at all.
You need that, like a second arsehole, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Tattie, of course.
I mean, there's like the risk. How does that work then? I mean, like, what if you're really needing to poo, and sometimes you've got to like clench. So obviously your actual asshole is going to have the sphincter muscles around it to contract, so you're not going to shit yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, do you just stick a finger in there, or?
Oh, do you buy a special, maybe a plug?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
the plugs you get for your sink.
Oh yeah.
With a flotation device on one end, you can get as well.
Aye.
And I remember back many months ago when I was a flatmate with Forbes, that he bought a plug for the bathroom for the bath itself, for the overhead shower in the bath. You see.
Yeah.
So a plug for the bath, which had a chain, the plug, and a pair of inflatable boobs.
Oh, nice.
So
so you wouldn't lose it.
So you wouldn't lose it, yeah. So the boobs are floating up your waters,
so you pull it, yeah.
pull the boobs, and But so I imagine he plugs up, but we
maybe like a wine cork.
We maybe
I've got one of them, a bride and groom on it. You could have that.
The ones that you push in, you push a lever down and it inflates a little bit.
Oh, there's them as well. That's probably a better one, actually.
Probably a better one, actually, yeah. We did, of course, nickname him Tattie Pan Pipes.
Oh, yeah, I can see why you would do that.
Pan pipes with with the fucking...
Mm-hmm. You could play a tune in them.
You could do, yes, right. So, Tattie came on the show, you see, with myself and Lurch.
Yeah.
And we spent maybe a good half hour to an hour just ripping him about his arsehole.
Ripping him a new arsehole.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much.
Another one.
I mean, we did have some people concerned that maybe we were a bit too brutal on Tattie Pan Pipes.
Don't be so mean.
You know, well, Steve, I've
What
got
a
a
fucking
couple of
soft bunch are listening these days.
I've
Oh,
got-
don't be mean to him. He's got 2 bum holes. Yeah, so what? I got 1 bollock.
Do you know the good thing as
My
well,
wife
though,
left
is
me, remember?
there was also there was also complaints. There was also complaints because his audio wasn't the best. Because he was using the Skype on his Xbox One,
Right.
and he has one of these Turtle Beach headsets, but it's broken. So it kept creaking and criking through the show. So
I thought you were away to tell me that he hadn't plugged the hole properly, so there wasn't enough back pressure to get enough volume.
That's it. So because he had this broken headset, which cost him like 50 quid for this headset, because of what we said on the show about him, and because when he heard it back, he heard the crackling, he then went away and spent £200 on a top of the range Turtle Beach headset. It gets better though. His head's so massive, right? It's like a fucking planetoid. It's like a Death Star. You know. I mean, in fact, his arsehole, no, because his, the main, okay, so, massive Death Star head, right?
Right.
He puts on the new £200 headset, it snaps. The retaining fucking bit in the middle snaps in two, because his head's so massive. So, he then goes to send it back to Amazon. They're like, yeah, goodie, we've got no record of you putting this back to us. We're keeping your money. What is up?
Fuck's sake.
So he's down £200 on a headset that broke within fucking 2 minutes.
He doesn't even own it.
He doesn't even own it. Exactly. So, poor Andy had a fucking broken cock in his arse as well.
Super.
Oh no, a broken coccyx. Sorry, he broke his coccyx.
Brilliant.
Man's falling apart.
His arsehole has no luck.
But we did have some a lot of folks saying they thought it was funny.
Good.
In our
It
defence, a lot of folks saying they enjoyed the relentless tatty onslaught that he got.
It is fun sometimes.
Sometimes.
Pushing folk right to the
And
very
he
edge.
was okay with it too once he stopped crying and cut himself in the bath.
Yeah.
He was fine, But we did have some listeners who are maybe a bit more delicate, Steve. And
Were they women?
No, actually, two
They
blokes.
sound like women.
I've got a couple of example
Are they
emails for
fucking
you.
Christians?
We've got an email from a guy called Jim Burns.
Okay.
And Jim writes, wow, just listen to Tattie's crackling appearance on the show recently. And you guys really went to town, guys, I imagine, really went to town on him. I think it went a bit too far, IMHO, in my honest opinion. Right.
Yeah.
And a public apology should be made on the show to him for the ripping that he got. You and Lurch can be a bit too brutal at times, Scott. You need to know that and be careful before you offend someone and lose a friend. Too late. That's happened already. It's happened, I think, twice now. Mention about.
I love that they think we're all friends anyway.
I know.
We know each other and we
tolerate
get
these
each
fuckers.
we get each other's banter. That's about it.
That's a bit edge, yeah. Except, Coops.
Yeah, we don't like
but
her.
here's a crack as
Maynard
well.
started that. He hated her first, didn't he?
Oh, he hated her.
He does. He still hates her.
Still a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's gone from hating to like mildly despise.
Yeah. Well, since he's moved abroad, he hasn't had to see her so much, has he?
Good point, yeah. Or be the same city. Yeah, good point. We've got an email from a guy called Mike R. Just
Right.
R.
Miker.
He's Miker. I think Miker. And Miker.
R's not a name. It's a letter.
Miker's not very good with punctuation.
Oh,
so I'm going to try and read out like he's written it. Okay? Right, okay, here we go. Poor Tattie Pan Pipes. You lads really roasted him. That is the most brutal introduction to the DHB casting crew that anyone has ever had. I think it was rough. I don't think you pair would like it if he was that brutal to you, if it was you that was new and he was the one hosting, but lucky he isn't, because he'd be well within his rights to have at you for that shocking display. I mean, okay, it was funny in parts, but come on, isn't he supposed to be a friend and you were that mean? Keep up the good work anyway, and more DHB, please. Fucking...
See, now this is why I have to go back to politics. We really do need an education reform.
Oh my god, man!
It's basic English has been lost.
It really fucking
lost
has.
amongst the masses.
I am just fixing my headset here because
you fix your headset, Scott.
Bugging me, cracking my lug.
Mike R, how would you like to come on and be the next guest on the show?
Mike R. Well, I have said to folk, I have thrown out a kind of open invite because I mean, like I said, we are needing to bring in some new guests.
Some new blood,
some new blood, if you will, to try and blood some new folk.
Maybe lower the demographic.
Exactly. I mean, you hopefully are going to be more available for the next little while and take a job.
It's not like I'm working.
Well, there's that. Coops might be a bit more available because she lives not far away now. You see.
Oh.
Well, I say lives. Her man lives not far away.
Oh.
She still lives in Stonehaven.
Yeah.
But imagine she's at his
She
place
just
for
leaves a
lot.
few tins of beans for the kids to sort themselves out. And
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't
you know.
forget to wash yourselves in the morning. See you later, bye.
Toodaloo, fuckers, losers,
Yeah.
bye-bye. So, she's a bit closer as well, of course. Lurch, of course, we've got a studio at his place too,
Yeah.
so we can go in there.
Nice one.
So, we do want folk to, if you're Aberdeen kind of set and bound.
I've got a better idea. Why don't we just start stalking listeners and then work out where they live, get their house number, and then just phone them randomly.
How about, right, good point. Or
kidnap
what we do is see, I'm saving up for, I'm using some of the Amazon monies. Again, folks, if you can, use our Amazon referral link, dhbamazon.co.uk, because I'm trying to get money together to buy like a mobile recording desk thing. It's about £270, I think it is. Roughly that thing. But what that'll mean is that it's battery powered. All I've got to do is throw the microphones and some stands in a bag with this desk. I can control all the levels on this desk and record to this desk. So we could set this thing up in a pub or in a shed or wherever we want to go.
Do you remember the
listeners' homes,
Remember the big breakfast you'd go around? They always had Keith Chegwin round at somebody's house in the morning.
Yes.
We could do a similar thing, except not have such an annoying cunt turn up at your door.
Oh yes, we could. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, we would send an annoying cunt, but pink left.
So.
Oh, hey. just kidding, buddy. Sorry, love you.
I've had an email from Tattie Pan Pipes. Saying, haha, that can't be real. Tattie, I can assure you, sir. In fact, phone in the number there, and I will reassure you, sir, that is real. Those emails there, the unpunctuated fucking mess that it was. So yeah, my thinking is I get this board. Because, like I said, there has been a bit of a funk with things and no motivation to try new shows or new things as well. And again, I've lent too heavily on Lurch. Give him his dues. He's a funny guy and he's managed to stick it out. But, it's not fair him being the only guest pulled in as well. And
it's a lot of pressure to put on one man.
Love's been good, It's good to get you here as well. But I think if we have this desk thing, we can then move around. We can go to Lurch's, the setup we have there, of course. We can go in my shed if we have to. We can go into a pub somewhere.
You know what we need to do?
Do a show in a pub.
We need to try and convince Hamblin to come on.
Oh, he wouldn't do it.
I know he wouldn't, and it's because he knows damn well he can't speak properly. He's got a spastic voice. But
so have I.
But the good thing is his mum was deaf when he was growing up, so he's got a good booming voice.
Oh, hold on. Hello, caller, you're on the show.
Hello, Scott. How are you doing?
Oh, it's Tattie. Of course, Steev, you can't hear Tattie properly, can you really?
No, I can't.
Oh, shit. So the problem we have here, Tattie, is that Steev hasn't got a headset because we've forgotten to get the headset splitter here, you see, for getting Steev to hear the audio too, which is a nightmare. So he can't hear what you're saying. But how are you doing, Tattie?
That's just holding a bit of emails. I can't believe that's true.
You can't believe that listeners would email in to defend you for being ripped apart on the show.
Yeah, no.
It's because, I mean, Ty, did you take in good stead the ripping that you got?
It doesn't bother me in the slightest one bit. To be fair, I get...
Oh, it's a bad line you've got there, pal. We missed part of what you said there. So, essentially, you get a worse ripping on Xbox Live than you do doing this at the show.
Oh, without a doubt. From Saturday, especially. And you.
And me, of course, yeah. You know what? I wish that Steev was on headphones here to hear what you're saying, because it'd be lovely for you to speak to Steev. Steev, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve, he says, but obviously you can't hear because there's no headphones.
This must make for good podcasting.
It's great podcasting right now, exactly. So, Ty, we won't keep you on the line too long, pal, but yes, those emails, there's people out there genuinely who think we were too rough on you.
Get your sand out the ragu.
Get the sand at the ragu's. Excellent, okay. Right, toodaloo, pal.
Toodaloo. Ta-da.
I've got a joke about bumholes.
Do you?
There's two homosexuals walking down the street.
Right.
One shouts to the other, "How's your bum?" The second one shouts over, "Oh, shut up." So the first one says, "So's mine. Must be the weather."
Oh, Steve, get the fuck out of my house.
You know what I love about that joke? It's so bad. It kind of
so
makes you
bad.
laugh.
Yeah,
You don't laugh because it's funny. You laugh because it's so shit.
Because it's so fucking terrible, exactly.
It's fucking awful.
So Steve, of course, speaking about of course yourself with the flaps and the part on your feet that's not happening, and blah blah, and the wedding that's not happening. Is of course we still have the wedding here happening.
Yes.
Which I've finally finished the designing the wedding party invites.
Mm-hmm.
I've still to finish off the invites for the day part as well, of course.
Right.
So the plans are still going well for our wedding, of course, in August.
Okay, yep.
Invites will be going out very, very shortly.
Oofed.
We're still needing a hand to find somebody who can DJ during it, you see.
Right.
If anybody out there, listener-wise, has contacts in Aberdeen for a good, reliable DJ, we have. I mean, I did get a message from a guy called Stephen Barron, who's listening to the show. I'm going to pursue that line he's given me to pursue, but I'm wanting a good band or a good DJ that...
Phil Gray. Does he not listen?
Does he still DJ, does he?
I think he does still do a little bit of the old waka waka.
I may have to ask him, because he's a good guy and a good DJ as well.
He's an exceptionally nice guy and a brilliant DJ.
Yeah.
and
I'll
his pal
maybe
Craig.
message him as well.
The pair of them are straight hot.
I mean, surely he'll have contacts.
If you're listening, if you can help, please call.
Steve, while you're here, I'm in the mood for some classic DHB here.
Oh fuck.
Let's do one of these.
Fuck you, people. Here's the headlines on the DHB News.
DHB news. Steve, now, of course, you mentioned before about how you did not want to grow a beard.
No.
Because
They're shit as fuck.
They're shit as fuck, you say. And but did you
They
know?
look scruffy.
I've got really.
Yeah.
But there's also
Looks like you can't be arsed.
there's also a theory, Steve, that a study, I believe in Mexico, has discovered that in some cases, a beard can hold more feces than a toilet. That they've done samples or swabs of some men's beards. And these are men who are obviously... Because when you have a beard, you can't help but stroke it and touch it as well. These are men who are obviously going to the toilet and having a wee chat-et.
Right.
And then, not washing their hands properly. And perhaps, having a wee stroke of the beard.
Right.
Transferring the pubes
Well,
to the beard.
okay. Well, I can see why there would be poop in the beard and why
Right.
it might be interesting to say, oh yeah, beards are shitty. Now, as much as I don't like beards, and I don't have much respect for them because I think they look scruffy and like you can't be arsed.
Okay.
Like you make no effort for your guests.
Okay.
Skull.
Have you seen my face? Mine's a beard. It's not a pretty sight. I've got one of those proper fucking Crime Watch E-Fit fucking faces that a beard hides me from that, you see.
Brilliant.
Otherwise, I'm picked up for every lineup the cops have,
Superb.
Yeah, we're reading your lineup. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. I shaved off in my late 20s.
Yeah.
And nobody, not a single person went, oh, okay, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, looks good. Not a single person.
Surely someone's just had a sigh of relief, like, oh, thank fuck.
My mother,
Yeah.
who in the past hated me having a beard,
Mm-hmm.
when I took it off, was like, no, grow it back.
wow.
Your face isn't being naked. So yeah, no, can't not have a beard anymore.
Maybe you should just become a Muslim woman.
If I take this beard off, the rubes will cut my fucking heart out.
Would you?
Oh my god.
Does she know you don't have a heart?
Well, I faked. I
It's just
faked.
a hamster on a wheel.
I faked. I fucking dare you. I faked cutting the beard off there a couple weeks ago while she was at work.
Yeah.
And she drove home at fucking Warp Factor 9 and burst in the house, threatening to fucking pack my bags and kick me out
Brilliant.
if the beard was
The
gone.
hormones. Don't worry about
Oh, it must be the hormones. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's it.
Furious she was as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, so the
So,
study
yeah,
says.
sorry, my point was you can't blame the beard itself. You blame the dirty bastard that owns it won't wash his hands properly.
That's
The
perhaps
fucking
it, yes.
midden. Wash your hands, you filthy fuck. Sorry, carry on.
Wow. Fucking
I
hell.
just getting carried away there.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
thinking of what I would say to somebody with a beard in that scenario.
Well,
Wash
Steve,
your fucking hands, you cunt. With the emphasis on the cunt.
I've got a story here that you might enjoy,
Oh,
and that might give you flashbacks to your own time being married. Is that
that's right. I was married once.
a groom tried to drown himself at his wedding after seeing his ugly bride for the first time?
Oh, how does that work?
Well, a young groom from China's Hubei. I can't do it. I need my chief linguistic intelligence technician here to do, but I'll try nonetheless. You see,
Okay.
is from China's Hubei province, was so upset after seeing his bride for the first time, he actually tried to kill himself at the wedding. 33-year-old Kang Hu was all set to marry 30-year-old Na Sung, a woman chosen by his parent who had never seen before. But after laying eyes on her for the first time at their wedding, he found she did not meet his high standards and he ran away and jumped in a fucking river to try and drown himself.
Motherfucker, how annoyed would you be? I mean, if that was your kid, right, you'd be like, right, okay, so maybe she's not the most clever, and maybe she can't cook that well, but look at the tits on it.
And maybe she's got
You'd be like, I'll chuck the guy a bone, he could live with that.
maybe she's
He's got
got
to
a
look at
face
that
like a
kind of-
bag of smashed crabs.
Yeah,
You
it's
look past
like-
that.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a parent, you want the best for your kids, so you'd be like, well, you know what, maybe she's got a gammy eye, but she's got a lovely rack. Chuck the guy a bone. Don't just be like, yeah, she's intelligent as fuck. She earns a lot of money and her family's minted. Go on, son.
Oh.
It's like, if you want her that bad, get her yourself. Divorce your missus and you have her.
Right,
Don't force
okay.
it on your son, you horrible fuck.
I think the quote of the article though comes from one guest who just says it was a very awkward moment for everyone.
I'll bet.
Oh, I bet it is. The guy who jumps in the river, he's lying now face down the river. They unconscious because he hit the water so hard.
Nice.
They think he's dead. The cops who arrive drag him out the water.
Yeah.
You see, or cops who are nearby drag him out the water, and he's alive though. But seemingly his family pretty much just tore him apart.
Why?
Because they were furious.
Well, you know what? They're the one that chose her. They should have. It's on them.
I mean, at any point when you were getting married, you think I could do it just like sprinting away from here and diving in a fucking river.
Yes. Primarily from when I got married to when I got divorced.
Oh, all right.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a shame. You know
That's a
what?
shame,
When
yeah.
I got married, everything was hunky dory, and you wouldn't have got married otherwise. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no point in trying to be. I know I try to be funny about it sometimes, and maybe I do come across a little bitter, but it's only for comedy value. I'm genuinely not bitter at all, bitch. kidding. And it's a shame. I feel bad because sometimes I bring it up, knowing damn fine in my head it's hilarious, and I can just see poor wee Tracy's little face being like, really?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Didn't she, I mean, I think we mentioned on the show, didn't she unpack some like happy wedding glasses in your house as well?
Yeah,
which
but
went down well.
Engagement champagne glasses.
Uh-huh.
They were nice glasses.
So you kept
I've still
them
got some nice crystal and some nice wine glasses that she refuses to use because they were bloody expensive. I'm like,
because they're wedding
they're
gifts.
really nice. I don't give a shit if they're wedding gifts or not. It's not like she got them. It's not like she got half. I've got
Yeah.
all of them. I've got all of
Fucking
them. It's a nice set of wine glasses.
bloody.
She won't use them.
Now, speaking about McDonald's, of course,
Yeah.
being there with the coops and this as well.
Do you like a
This is a
McDonald's?
story that could be related to the
Oh.
coops. I mean, if you heard the story, if I didn't give you the person's name, you can almost believe it was the coops.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you the story, and in your head, imagine it's the coops.
Were their doors kicked in?
James Mary said he was ashamed and embarrassed as he was jailed today. And you would be if you had done what he did. Mr. Mary punched a cop at McDonald's before getting naked in his police cell and smearing himself in shite.
Nice.
26-year-old man was basically in a fight in the McDonald's. Cops came in about it, pulled it apart. He punched one of the coppers, pulled him apart.
Oh dear.
Dragged to the cells and thought, fuck this. Got naked, shat on his hands.
Dirty
and
protest.
rubbed it, basically, yes,
Brilliant.
and fucking covered him. He said seemingly he defecated and poo over the walls and over his body in a dirty protest.
Come at me, bro.
He was jailed for 8 months for shiting all over himself in the police cell. Wonderful.
Hardly worth it, is it?
A fucking dirty protest, you horrible
Super.
bastard. That's fucking gold.
Fucking brilliant. You know what? Probably worth it.
Exactly.
Because he'd be out in 4.
Out in 4.
4 months, yeah. Half it,
Okay.
4 months, he'll be out. He's free to shit himself again if he wants.
Steve, there's a thing. Oh, you can't hear it, of course, because you don't have a headset on. Do you know what? I'll maybe leave it for the next show, but I've got an audio clip which is gold. It's SpongeBob SquarePants related, but I'll keep it for the 200th show.
Okay.
So,
are we doing a marathon and anything like that? Or are we just
well, no marathon, but I imagine we'll do a good length of show. Do you reckon you? Well, I say, do you reckon you'll be free, of course, but you are. When are you in holiday?
Let me check my diary. I am away the 26th of this month.
Oh, fantastic. I think
plenty
the
of time.
plan will be is we'll probably get together at Lurch
Right.
in the studio there, because of course we've got more seating, more microphones, blah blah, and put together a 200th show. Now,
Probably get drunk.
I think we should. Well, the Rubes already offered to drive me.
See, I'm
so
not far away from there anyway.
You're
I
not,
can
are
take
you?
a push bike.
Oh,
Although I don't think is it legal to go on a push bike when you're
no,
drunk?
I think you get done for that as
So
well.
I'll probably just be able to get in a taxi.
Taxi may be the best bit, yeah.
Or Tracy.
So I'm thinking as we try and get as many old school folk together as we can.
Right. Yes.
Yourself, Coops, if Maynard's if he's back, I don't know if he will be at that point, but get us together for the show.
That's
Lurch,
a
of course, will be
good
there too as well.
Yeah.
To get for the 200th show. Now, listeners, of course, we want you to be involved as well. It doesn't mean come along. It means be involved in the show.
Donate money.
Phoning in and
Just donate money.
what to do is
Donate alcohol.
that too. Yes.
Yeah. Or money.
We want your
Or
phone
crisps.
calls. We want your phone calls for
Space
the.
Raiders. Pickled onion, please.
I'll I'll have those two, yes.
Or the spicy beef ones, they're quite nice.
We want you guys to phone into our Skype number, either through the Skype name Doghouse Bastards or our number 0131-2081-364 and leave us a voicemail for the 200th show, saying whatever you want about, the show and about yourself or blah blah. Just,
double deckers.
we want
they're nice.
congratulations, we want commiserations, we want slaggings, we want praise, whatever you have for us. Throw it our way. Of course, you can email us if need be. Record audio yourself on your phone or your computer and email it to us. Email it at doghousebastards@gmail.com or go to dhbradio/contact and you can see there how you can email us. Tell us a story. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what you think we should do with the show.
Yeah, tell us some of the content you want to hear.
Exactly.
Because quite frankly, we're at a loss. We don't know what people want to hear anymore. We're too old for the people that listen to this podcast now.
Our finger is off the pulse, Steev, if you will.
Big time. There's no pulse left.
We
are zombies.
Pretty much.
Within this podcasting world.
Job's fucked. So yeah, folks, of course, the two of the show, I'm hoping that we can do it in the next kind of week as the plan is. I'm going to try and get, because of course I'm off work now for the next 7 days, so I'm going to work on a kind of show plan for if I can, get some ideas together, and everything else as well. But I'm going to try and get,
you can donate steaks. I like a steak.
Oh, steaks, yes, we need some steaks.
Well, actually, Lurch could
pizza
bring
as
them.
well. Oh, we can, yes. So
I would buy a pizza this time, but I'm unemployed.
Well, the good thing is if we buy a pizza, then we don't have Forbes to eat it all for us.
Oh, that's true, yeah. We'll scoff a lot.
Let's invite Forbes or laugh.
No, because he'll mind sweep all the drink again.
Exactly.
Cunt.
Right. I think we can call an end to the show, Stephen.
It's an end.
I think it's an end. So let's have a wee bit of an outro here. Folks, thank you for being here for episode 199. 4 years, so that's nonsense so far. 100, nearly 200 shows.
Shit, Scott.
Exactly.
It's
Nonsense.
the same fucking crap every week.
Like I said,
I'm so sorry.
we want you there for the 200 shows. Again, send in your ideas for content, for stories.
Send food,
in fact,
care
send
packages.
Send some classic stuff. We're wanting some FMLs. We're wanting some sin bins. Maynard's Law. What's in the box? All these old segments we did before, send in content with that. Emails, that voicemails, whatever you have. You what we need is a song again.
Clear.
Hang out the arse. Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, Royal Doodle, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Give us a song. Give us a number. There we go.
Exactly.
So
again, like I said, all deals online are there are at dbradio.com/contact. Steev, anyone you want to say hello to before we go?
You know what, I'm going to say hello to Jim Patience, because that's a man I've not heard from in a while. So
Jim, I know exactly, yeah.
He's been off the radar and I miss him.
In fact, we would like Jim to call in.
Jim.
Or his good friend Zombie Savile, maybe at the
I don't know about Zombie Savile. I never really took to
You're
him.
not a fan of you.
I just don't get I'm just like, nah.
Okay.
I can see why people might like it, but I don't like people. So.
No, for you, exactly, yeah. So folks, like I said, be in touch for the 200th show. We'll try and make it as fun as we can for before then. But and on that note, toodaloo, motherfuckers, good night, God bless.
Toodaloo.
I can't see where you coming from, but I know just what you running from. And what matters in the
My ears are very red from wearing the headset.
They don't look like your ears.
You see that in video? Oh yeah.
They go well with the ginger beard.
Shut up!